What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates on Bitcoin. We're going to be taking a look at the charts. I'm going to give you the bearish and the bullish case scenario of what I think is going on. Then I'm going to give you my opinion, which I think we're going to see. Don't forget, there's a free Discord group in the description below the video. There's a link to it. Definitely check it out. It's an awesome community, guys. Let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Always do your own due diligence before investing or trading in any market. We are doing the Kobo Vault giveaway. That is tomorrow. It's a Kobo Vault hard wallet, Generation 2. Not your keys, not your crypto, guys. If you don't have one, I also have some links down below for the wallets that I use. Let's get into it. I'll be doing the drawing tomorrow. All you got to do to enter to win is make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Smash that thumbs up and leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Are you bearish? Are you bullish? Curious to where everybody's at. Yeah, that's all you got to do to enter to win. And tomorrow I'll be picking a random comment from a random video throughout the week. So look at the news headlines to get a feel for the sentiment. Another day in crypto, warns Binance CEO after nightmare Bitcoin futures spike to $100,000. Market wrap Bitcoin dips to 11,500. Cardano is making a big DeFi move. Wall Street revealed to be edging out Bitcoin traders with 1 million plus transactions. The mounting evidence of a new Bitcoin bull market. 20 institutional Bitcoin investors revealed, but soon the list may vanish. Everything else we pretty much went through yesterday, so obviously the news is still extremely bullish. We are at 77 on the Fear and Greed Index, still at extreme greed. And this is what I like to start the video out with. This was our Cme Gap over here that we did finally close. And we still have one down here at the 97.40 range, right in that area. Or I'm sorry, it's actually 96.70. We still have a gap down here. Everybody wants to forget about that when everyone gets extremely bullish. Now, there's nothing saying that gaps have to fill. Just in the future, they all, or in the past, they all have. So just keep that in mind. I do believe it's most likely going to fill down here, but that is just my opinion. Just be aware of where it's at. There is another one, and this is the 8-hour chart. This one you can see in the daily. This one is in the 8-hour. It's at 76.30. We also have one all the way down here around 35.70, and every time I mention this in a video, I get all kinds of crazy comments saying it'll never happen. Never say never. This is Bitcoin, but it's at about the 35.70, right in that range. So just be aware it's down there, so you won't be surprised if we do go close it at some point. It did take us an extremely long time to close this gap that was made in August of 2019. So be careful, guys, and let's get into it. We're going to take a look first. Last year, you know the run, obviously, that Ethereum is having right now for its DeFi hype. Ethereum doesn't have a halving, so it uses ICOs, everything else as its hype cycle. As you can see right now, Litecoins, we got up to 578% last year with Litecoins having hype. And if you look at Ethereum, it lagged just like Litecoin is lagging now. This year's Ethereum hype, which is the DeFi hype, same thing as ICO if you ask me, just a scam to get people to buy 32 Ethereum so you can stake them. That gets you to hold them. That made this rally. And I do think this rally is coming to an end rather quickly. Although, if I'm wrong, you can see the neckline I have drawn here in a measured move could get Ethereum all the way up to $650. That is the bullish case scenario. As you can see, Litecoin hit 550% on its hype cycle, and Ethereum is around 418 right now. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. As you can see, this was during Litecoin's hype cycle, Ethereum's hype cycle, and During Litecoins, it got 3,050%. Ethereum's hype cycle, 292%. Is it over? I believe it is, but let's see. All right, this is looking at some of the bullish case scenarios. Let's take a look at this. I had this trend line drawn off these wicks here that we finally broke above. We are getting support on now on the monthly, and that lies around 11,160. Also, I have this white trend line drawn here. As you can see, we're making higher highs in the price action on the monthly, lower highs in the RSI. That is bearish divergence. Looking at the weekly, so the bullish case, again, we've broken this trend line and the dotted yellow trend line that I showed you in the last one. But if this is the case, and we did have this breakout here, and this is a true breakout, the measured move of that is around $27,000. That is the very bullish case scenario. The problem is, if we continue up from here, I think that'll be it. If we have another move down and a gradual rise, Bitcoin could go much, much higher. I would hate to see this to be the cycle, actually. And I do hold Bitcoin, so if it goes up, I'm not upset at all. I'm actually pretty happy. Although I would like to see it the other way. I do trade Bitcoin. But anyways, we also have this target here at 16,000 that was looking at these yellow lines as a falling broadening wedge. And the measured move of the breakout of that gets us to the $16,000 target. A lot is depending on if we can close. Looks like we're going to close the weekly above this unless we get a huge drop today, which is definitely a possibility. And we're going to take a look at that. I might go all the way down to the smaller time frames, look at the more current price action, and try to give you guys an idea of where I think it could be headed. I'll give you your options. You make up your mind whether you're bullish or bearish. I am still bearish here. One thing that is bullish, though, if we look in this, and it's short-term bullish, if we look at these trend lines I've drawn in here in the RSI, we have not came up and tagged our resistance again up here yet. That could happen. Now, if the weekly was to close above this, that would be bullish as hell, in my opinion. But I do believe there's going to be some life-changing trades coming up, guys. If you are a trader, good luck. If you want to get into trading, now's a good time. Just don't put in more than you're willing to lose. I use Prime XBT. This is by far my favorite exchange. A lot of the other ones, Bybit and everything, have trading desks that trade against you, trade against their clients. Prime XBT does not do that. I have had zero problems with them. You can trade Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, Forex, gold, silver, oil, commodity, everything with using your Bitcoin as collateral. It's by far the best exchange, like I said, in my opinion. Also, if you use my promo code Savy50, you can get 50% on top of whatever you deposit into your trading account, up to 1 Bitcoin to use towards your margin. You can leverage trade all of this stuff. Just be careful, guys. If you're not used to leverage, I would suggest using very, very light leverage and a small account if you're learning. So anyways, and Savvy25 will get you 25% off of your fees for a month. So definitely check it out. Like I said, it is my favorite exchange. It has a lot of cool things. You can set up multiple charts so you can watch different time frames, different assets, whatever. But anyways, yeah, it's a great platform, guys. Check it out. There's a link down below also. It is the only exchange I use anymore. This is my wife's webpage, inkyourimage.com. Check that out. She got a lot of cool crypto stuff on here. You can put any crypto or any saying or anything you want, any ideas you have on any of this stuff. Just hit her up in the contact. She'll hook you up. And let's take a look at the daily. So we made this video yesterday and a couple days ago talking about this daily candle. This is just a textbook bearish engulfing candle here. The only thing that's going to make that obviously invalidate it is a break above the 12,139. That is the tip of it. If that breaks, that invalidates this as a bearish candle. But as of now, it's still bearish engulfing, and I do think we'll come down to these lower levels. Again, guys, my opinion, make up your own mind. Another thing I want to point out. Everybody is extremely bullish, but so far, and that can change if we get a nice run up and go above the 14,000. But we're just in this long-term macro we are just making lower highs. That's all we're doing, guys. And it does look like it's topped out. But do keep in mind, a lot of people say because we are, now this is taking a look at the bullish case, just kind of trying to explain to you, especially for you guys that don't understand the charts. They call it overbought when we get up in these range. But if, as you can see here, we were overbought here. We went sideways while the RSI came down and reset. Another jump up to overbought. And then we just traded sideways while the RSI reset, and another push up. And again, over here. So don't trade according to that as oversold and overbought, guys. That's not how you use the RSI. We do have our targets down here at 6,900 and 5,500. Also, don't forget the gaps way down here. We're going to take a look at that in a different daily chart. Let's go over here. I do want to look at the RSIs on the daily, though, real fast. As you can see, we are getting supported on the 8 EMA, and as of right now, it's around the 11,470. Also, keep in mind this white dotted trend line is here forever. Where that lies right now is 11,375. A close today below that would be ugly. It would get ugly extremely quickly, I do believe. All right, now let me get this off of here. All right, so obviously we have our old resistance at 10,550. That is now our old resistance. According to TA, old resistance becomes new support. We did get a bounce off of it over here. We are still getting support on that yellow dotted trend line. And I do think this is the top here. Obviously, I'm wrong if we break 10,000 or 12,150. But the Fibonacci extensions from the swing high to the swing low to the swing high up here. If we do manage to break through this trend line, if our 10.5 doesn't hold, our next stop would be the 0.236 EMA at 10,187. 0.382 lies down around the 8,950. 0.5 is 7,980. Then, of course, our 6,900 in the golden pocket zone, which is in between the 0.65 and 0.618 fib. And if that was not to hold, if we broke through that, we'd be looking at 55 to 5,600, which is a 0.786. And then, of course, our gap down here. Again, guys, we don't have to go to these lower lows. I do think we are going to continue down for a while here. We'll take a look at some more immediate targets. But that's what I'm seeing now, and I do believe this is topped out. If you look at this triangle here, we take a measured move of the triangle, put it to where we broke out. It gets us right to where we topped out. Lines up almost perfectly. So it's definitely possible that we have topped out here, guys, and we are going to continue down. I know a lot of people are super bullish, don't want to hear that. But if you don't want to hear that, you're way too emotional to be trading, that's for sure. But anyways, looking at the pink trend lines here, rising, broadening wedge, where we broke down back here in, I don't know why that's still in there, where we broke down back in March. Came back up, almost tested it twice. So I've been talking about possibly coming up to retest this, and if we were to come up this weekend, it'd be around the 12,650 range. I would expect a rejection there. Break above that could get very bullish, very crazy, very fast. That's about it on there. Let me look at one more thing. If you guys want to see something super bullish. No, I guess that doesn't really count. All right. Anyway, I've showed you the bullish and bearish case scenario in the bigger time frames. Let's dig in now. Where is my 4 hour? This is my 4 hour. Let's go into our 1 hour and take a look at what I'm seeing in here. I'm going to move this over to the $13,000 range. As you can see, the dotted yellow trend lines right here seem to be forming a rising broadening wedge. Okay, yesterday we talked about if we were going to break out of this, we had a target around, I think it was around 12,200. Obviously we didn't. We came down. We actually wicked through it, came back up, but right now we're getting support. So that still looks valid to me as a rising channel. If we were to break down here, within this weekend sometime, as of right now, if we came straight down, breaking down through there, it'd be breaking below the 11,600, which is definitely very possible right now. If we do, I would look for support around 11,357, and then the next trend line would be around the 11,280. But our target of breaking down below this, opening, closing a candle below this channel, gets us to around $11,000 range. And depending on how long that takes, we may come down and test this trend line. If that trend line breaks, we'll have some lower lows. But on the bullish case scenario, if we come back up to this area, you know, we could get around the 12.2 to 12.3, depending on how long it would take to get up here. And a break above that would invalidate this rising channel, and you know, then we could go up to right around the 12,900 would be the measured move if we moved up from there. Let's take a look at a couple more measured moves here on the bearish case. Now these are the bullish case, 12.2, 12.9, 13, and if it broke above that 13, you know, maybe the crazy moon boys are right. But if we look at the top of this rising channel here, the blue line, and then use the bottom trend line here, that looks like a rising broadening wedge. Let me take a measured move of that. Where is it? Here it is. So if we took a measured move and we did break down past the 11,200 and then broke our 11,000, the target would be around 10,300. And stick around, because after this chart, I'm going to show you a count I'm looking at and what I think we could be looking at in the, you know, mid to longer term. So, and it is bearish short term, but very bullish long term. Like I said, if we continue up from here, we could be stopping at 27 and that'd be it. If we correct down first these lower levels, it could look way better for Bitcoin. But anyway, that's the measured move there. And then if we took this, the one here, nope. Yeah. So if we took the dotted trend lines, looked at that as a rising broadening wedge, and if we broke down in this area here, that could be a target. Obviously, we'll have support around 10,550 and 10,000 psychological level. But that gets us down to around the 95 to 9,600. That would close that gap, and it would also line up with this bottom trend line here. Now, if that was to break, I have another measured move, looking at it from this trend line here on the bottom all the way up to the top. Measured move, 8,760. Now we're going to take a look at something interesting. As you guys know, if you watch the channel for a long time, I used to use Elliott Wave when I first started trading years ago. Kind of quit. I don't like it, but sometimes it still comes in handy just to get an idea. This does look like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possibly forming, guys, and that's if this is invalidated if we break the 11,924. Actually, yeah, 11,924. But I would start to look to invalidate it if we crossed 11,850. But this could be one wave forming a two wave going all the way down to 93.47 area, and these are measured out, but I'm not gonna do that. It just takes too long on here. But then the retracement, depending, now this could all change depending on where it goes, but if we did get down here, got a nice bounce, we could retrace to around the 10.3. Then our fifth wave could be all the way down to the 8,700. That doesn't mean that's the end. And I'll show you why. Let's go into, let me pull this stuff over and get a little bit different look at it. So if I pull this over and those 5 waves ended up being just an A wave, and then our B gets us up to the 10.8, and then back down to, and this would be a 1-to-1 extension if it was an ABC correction, which nothing says it has to be. But if that was the case, that'd get us around the 7,400. Although, depending if these change, one goes a little further, whatever, that could get us down to our 69. But let's just look at it this way. Obviously, I'll try to keep up on this chart for you guys. And if we look at that as a 1 wave, a 3 wave would get us up to 20,000 and then 24,000 here, and then we could have another pullback and then a even bigger wave. If this was ended up being the 1 wave, then we have a 2 and then a huge 3. Like I said, that could be a massive bull market. I do have a chart that I've been showing you guys that shows that, and this is just something to look at and think about. From back here at our high in June 11th, 2006, or I'm sorry, 2016, June 6th, 2016, or 2011. Wow. June of 2011. We'll just go that route. Till we broke our all-time high, or till we broke that high, it took us 623 days. Then our next all-time high back in 2013 in November, it took us 1,232 days. So about 96% more. So almost twice as long to break that all-time high. Now, if that was to happen again, that would put us, and again, this doesn't have to happen. This is just something to look at, guys. I like to look at stuff a few different ways. It could be 2024 before we break our all-time high here. As you can see, each one of these cycles has taken longer, almost doubled. Yeah, so just something to keep in mind. You know, I'm not saying it can't moon from here. It can't go crazy high. It definitely can, but just keep in mind, guys, nobody knows exactly what this market is going to do. And if they did, and they did know it was going to go up, a lot more people would be buying in. A lot more institutions would be buying a lot more, a lot quicker. So just keep in mind, charts are based on human emotions. So we'll see what happens, guys. That's my video for the day. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to smash the likes. Leave your comments down below. Are you bearish? Are you bullish? And why? I'd like to hear what you got to say about it. And don't forget to click the CryptoSavy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash the likes, guys. I'm out.